Alright, so this week's episode is another Rarity episode, since the Cutie Crusaders ended up getting about 2 episodes in a row since Season 1. They figured, why not do the same with Rarity? So, this week we have Rarity Investigates, which follows right after Canterlot Boutique, with Rarity Investigates, which basically just follows with 2 AKA titles that I've given this. Carmen Rarity, and Who Framed Rainbow Dash? Which, if you obviously know the reference, you'll understand what a reference is. So, in this one, Rarity Investigates, Rainbow Dash has been accepted by the Wonderbolts to see them, be accepted by the Royal Guard, to see them compete as the Royal Guards. And the thing is that they, Rainbow Dash winds up meeting a new character, a really old legend of the Wonderbolts. The others think that Rainbow Dash may be able to beat his record for, for his speeds and such. Which we don't know it at first, because he's obviously going to play dirty. That his records may be, beaten. Which of course leads into the next day, where we find out that Spitfire winds up, of course, leaving because of his sick mother. Well, of course, what a coincidence! Her, Spitfire's mother comes in, and of course, everyone on the team thinks that Rainbow Dash thinks she's to blame for all of this. Which is where the Who Framed Rainbow Dash title comes in. And of course, it leads into the situation that Rarity decides to go in and investigate the situation of Who Framed Rainbow Dash for this entire situation. Like, it could be any of them. The man with the record, anyone from them. Matt Hill, the pie addict Pegasus. Soren, that's it. Nearly forgot his name there, because I kept constantly calling him Matt Hill. Because I remembered him as Ed from Ed and Eddie. Like, it could be anyone, but they all keep pointing fingers at Rainbow Dash. And of course, as you mostly figured, if you've already seen the episode, it's basically a film noir episode. The only thing that's missing is the degrading audio. But of course, I've seen the film noir idea done a couple of times. I mean, I've seen this done like maybe once in Phineas and Ferb. But that's basically about it. But of course, Rarity winds up finding the culprit who's done this, the man with the record. Which, apologies if I've forgotten the name. And of course, I've already taken a shot for it. I've already taken a drink to the, water drink to the. I don't know if I've actually heard the Wilhelm scream in this episode, but I believe I've heard the Wilhelm scream in this episode. So, yeah, they obviously wind up, discharging because of. No, wait, I've jumped too far. Rarity winds up finding out that the man with the records winded up framing Rainbow Dash for sending Spitfire out to find like a cure for her mother's sickness. when honestly her mother wasn't really sick at all. And in the long end, Rainbow Dash's name is clear. Which leads to Rainbow Dash returning Spitfire from the mountains. And the guy, the pony with the records, winds up getting discharged from the Wonderbolts. Which may wind up to Rainbow Dash and probably the main six making more enemies. Because obviously we have that one from Wonderbolt Academy and now this. And of course Rainbow Dash now living her dream of flying with the Wonderbolts. Again, in a aerial show. I do like the idea of it. It's an amazing idea, and I do like the references to the film noir idea. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of film noir films, but I do get the idea, and I do like how Rarity just how Rarity dresses up as, Carmen Sandiego. It's a great reference to the episode, a great reference, and the episode itself is, quite honestly good. Overall, where should I put this? I should mention that this is the first time that they're ever reviewing, or the second time that they're reviewing directors for this episode. Yeah, directors of all things. But I believe this probably is the first time that I believe that 4 people wrote this episode. One of them being Emmy Larson. I'm surprised. I've never seen something like this. Literally, 4 people wrote this episode. I could be wrong on this, but this is just weird. How long does it... how many people does it take to write one whole episode? I don't know. I may be looking into this too deeply, but I'm not an analysis person. I don't know. At the moment, 6 out of 10. I might take a look at this episode again, see what I went wrong with this, and see the pros and cons with it, and see if I have a final thought on it. But overall, Rarity investigates Carmen Rarity and Who Framed Rainbow Dash. Pretty good. But of course, we'll have to see what happens next week, when of course we take on not only a new episode, but also the conclusion to, at least hopefully, the conclusion to the Equestria Girls trilogy. At least we hope it's the Equestria Girls trilogy, because for one thing, I don't want it to be a saga. Because that'll be too much. So, see you next week for not only the new episode, but for the Friendship Games. Which, I'll present the Friendship Games in both a minor spoiler and a major spoiler review. So, until then, I'm the Fro Guy, and of course, I'll see you guys next week.